So today we'll start with hyperbola. So I'll just basically give you the basic definition of hyperbola and the terms related to hyperbola. So very basic, which you already must have known. Okay, so let's see. So let's start. So basically hyperbola will be generally the hyperbola is of this form. Fine. So we simply, so suppose this is a hyperbola of x square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to a 1. Okay. So the hyperbola is of this form: x square by a square plus minus y square by b square is equals to 1. Okay. Now in this kind of in the hyperbola, a square and b square can be anything, any one of them can be greater. Okay. A square can be greater, b square can be greater. It does not matter. This kind of a parabola is decided by the sign. The sign is on y square. So this is this kind of a parabola. Okay. And if we have conjugate, so that will be just exactly opposite. Okay. So first, let's see. So suppose this is x-axis and this is y-axis. This is x-axis and y-axis. Okay. So these points, as we know, these points are known as the vertex. These points are known as the vertex and are given by the values a comma 0. So this is a comma 0 and this is minus a comma 0. Okay. For these, the hyperbola, the directrix will be here before. Okay. Again, it will have two directrix. The line is given by x is equals to plus a by e, and this line is given by x is equals to minus a by e. Okay. Fine. Focus is given by the point AE comma 0, and here it is minus AE comma 0. So now, as we know that E value here, it is E is greater than 1. Okay, and the relation between A, B and C will still remain same as the previous one. Just remember, in ellipse we had B square is equals to A square into 1 minus E square. In this case, it will be simply E square minus 1. Right. So suppose E is 5, 6, 7, and so this will make B bigger. If E is 1.1, 1.2, so it will make B smaller than E. Okay, so B can be greater as well as smaller than A. It does not matter. The size of A and B does not define. Only the sign matters. Okay, so this is the basic definition and the basic terms, right? Okay, now the first thing we have seen, these are foci, directrix. Okay, now let's see. After this, we'll see the axis. Okay, so this axis is known as the transverse axis. So this is the transverse axis, and this axis, this y-axis is known as the conjugate axis. Conjugate axis. Okay, latus rectum. So I will use a different color so that it will be differentiated. So this will be latus rectum. Right. In this case also, the length of the latus rectum is still the length of latus rectum. Length of latus rectum is equals to b square by 2b square by a. Say similar as the previous one. Okay. So let's check this one. Fine. Still as the previous one, the length of latus rectum will be still same as the previous one. Okay. Fine. Now this one, I hope and I assume that this one you must already have seen. Okay. So I'll just, after this, we move on to the parametric equation. Okay, we will move on to the parametric equation of the hyperbola. So hyperbola, in ellipse, we had drawn auxiliary circle. In this also, we will draw an auxiliary circle. We will draw an auxiliary circle. Right. So the equation of this auxiliary circle will be x square plus y square is equals to a square, because these points are a comma 0 and minus a comma 0. Right. So this is an auxiliary circle. Now from this auxiliary circle, whatever point we have to take on the hyperbola, we'll drop a perpendicular. Wherever it touches, from this we'll draw a tangent to this. So suppose we have drawn tangent here. Now this we'll draw a normal. This will be the angle phi. and this is the eccentric angle. Okay, this is the eccentric angle, so the phi is known as eccentric angle. Okay, this point, suppose if I say this is a point Q, this point Q is known as the this point Q is known as the corresponding point. Sorry, this point P, this is suppose point P and Q. So P and Q are known as corresponding points, are known as corresponding points. Okay, and the parametric equation, the parametric form is given by a sec theta, sorry, a sec phi, comma b tan phi. A sec phi, comma b tan phi. B tan phi. If you remember, if I'll compare this with the equation of ellipse, in ellipse you had a cos phi, comma b sin phi. A cos phi, comma b sin phi. So if you want to remember, cos will become sec, cos will become the sec. So if here it is sec, it is tan. Okay, so this is b tan phi. Okay, just write this also. Then we start doing the questions based on this. Okay, this week we will finish. We'll finish with the coordinate geometry, and next week we'll start some other chapter. Okay, I hope this is fine. Let's start doing the question. So first, on the basic definition, we'll find out a directrix, data sector, and all that. Okay, so I'll simply find. Okay, so the ellipse, the hyperbola given is by equation 9x square minus y square is equals to 1. Okay, so you have to find the length of later sector, you have to find the directrix, you have to find the vertex, everything you have to find for this hyperbola. Okay, find it. Remember, the size of A and B does not matter here. Only the sine of y square is the thing which will determine this is what kind of a hyperbola. Transverse or conjugate. Okay. Fine. I'll give you 1 minute. Just draw the hyperbola and mark everything on that kind of hyperbola. Okay, so let's start doing this question. So first thing which we have to do is we have to find eccentricity. We have to find the value of E. So E is given by B square is equals to A square into E square minus 1, right? In this case, we just have to find what is B square and A square. Okay, so what is so this hyperbola I can also write as x square by 1 by 9 minus y square by 1 equals to 1. So in this case, this becomes your A square and this becomes your B square. So I'll simply substitute the value. So this is 1 is equals to A square is 1 by 9. So E square minus 1. So in this case, if I cross multiply, so this will become 9 plus 1 is equals to E square. So E square is equals to 10. So this gives you E is equals to under the root 10. Okay. So E value you got as under root 10. Okay. So this is a transverse hyperbola in which x-axis is the main axis, right? So if I draw this hyperbola will be of this form. Okay. So first we have this point. This point will be 1 by 3 comma 0 and this point will be minus 1 by 3 comma 0. A comma 0 and minus A comma 0. Okay. Now this is what this is y-axis. First, I will draw the first directrix. Fine. So this value will be x is equals to A by A by E. X is equals to A by E. A is what? A is 1 by 3. A is 1 by 3 divided by E. So this will be, yes, I guess length of latest rectum be length of latest rectum. Yeah, 6. Yeah, that is correct. Length of latest rectum is 6. So this will be A by E. So A is 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 by root 6, root 10. So this is E, x is equals to 1 by 3 by root 10. And here x is equals to minus 1 by 3 root 10. So this is these are two of the directrix. AE comma 0 will be the focus. So the focus, this point will be root 10 into 3 divided by 3 comma 0. And this point will be root 10 divided by 3 comma 0 minus root 10 by. So this is plus root 10 by 3 minus root 10 by 3. Okay. Then we'll find the length of latest rectum. Length of latest rectum is 2b square by A. We have 2b square. 2b square is what? 1. And A is what? 3. So this is 2 into b square, 1 by A. A is 1 by 3. So this is nothing but 6. So the length of your latest rectum will be 6. So the length of latest rectum will be 6. Understood? Fine. So this was the basic, a very basic question in which we have just used whatever things were asked. You know? This is transverse axis, conjugate axis. This is also known as transverse hyperbola. You know? In which the axis is x-axis or y-axis. Now remember, in this case also, our directrix is root 10. A divided by E. So directrix is A by E. A is what? 1 by 3 and E is what? Root 10. So this is 1 by 3 root 10. Understood? Plus minus 1 by 3 root 10. This is okay? Fine. Okay. Now see, in your exams, JEE means especially, they will not ask anything except when the transverse axis, the axis of the hyperbola are parallel to x and y axis, right? Only when this point will change, instead of this x, we will just write wherever it is translocated. Hai na? Wherever the center is translocated, we will just simply change this thing. Rest everything will be same. They will always ask you questions based on axis parallel to x-axis or y-axis. Yes, yes, for both. But in conjugate, just simply this A and E will simply replace. A and E will simply get replaced. Okay, I'll give you the example of other kind of hyperbola also. Let's see if we have. Right. So for this one, the next one, let's write different kind of hyperbola. This is 16x square minus 9y square is equals to minus 144. 16x square minus 9y square is equals to minus 144. Okay. Now for same thing, just try to find out everything which has been asked. Same latest rectum, directrix and everything. The most important part is, yeah, E is 5 by 4. Very good jump. Yeah. Simply just replace A and B. Instead of B, write A. Instead of A, write B. That's it. Right? So this hyperbola, I can rewrite this as x square by 9 minus y square by 60 is equals to minus 1. I can write the hyperbola in this form, right? So basically this kind of a hyperbola is nothing but conjugate. So this is x-axis, y-axis. The hyperbola will be of this form, right? So first is these 2 points, the vertex will be simply 4 comma 0. So this will be 4 comma 0, 0 comma 4 and 0 comma minus 4. So these two will be the vertex, right? Next thing we have to find the eccentricity. So previously we had, in the previous kind of a hyperbola, we had b, where is it? Where have I written the form? B square is equals to a square into e square minus 1. In this case, it will be a square is equals to b square into e square minus 1, right? So in this case, a square is 9, b square is 16. So this is 9 by 16 is equals to e square minus 1. This minus 1 will come here. So this is 9 plus 16 by 16 is equals to e square. So e will be 5 by 4. E will be 5 by 4. Also, you should know that answer is correct. Why? Because 5 by 4 is greater than 1. So e is greater than 1, right? Okay. If you would have taken it otherwise, you would have got something else. Now, the first directrix is, okay. So first the directrix is, now this is b and minus b. So here it will be, this will be the directrix, right? So this line will be y is equals to b by e, and this line will be y is equals to minus b by e. B is what? B is 4. B is 4. So we will get, so directrix y is equals to b is 4 by e. E is what? 5 by 4. 5 by 4. So simply directrix becomes 16 by 5. Okay. So the directrix becomes 16 plus minus 16 by 5. So this is y is equals to 16 by 5, and this is y is equals to minus of 16 by 5. Yes. Jambu, correct? Now next is a 0 comma, these focus will be 0 comma be. So b is what? 16, e is 5 by 4. So 0 comma 5 and 0 comma minus 5. Same thing, everything will be same. Now just instead of x, it will just change to y. Length of lateral rectum will be 2a square by b. It will just be opposite, 2a square by b. So let's see, 2 into a square. 2 into a square. This is length of lateral rectum. 2a square by b. It will just change. Previously it was 2b square by a. Now it will be 2a square by b. So this is 2a square by b. 2 into 9. B is what? B is 4. 2 into 9 by 4. So this is 9 by 2. 9 by 2 is the length of lateral rectum. So that means this length. This length is 9 by 2. Just check this one also. Yes, Jambu, all the answers are correct. Very good. Lateral rectum you have reported 9 by 2. That is correct. Minus 16 plus 16 by 5, and eccentricity is 5 by 4. Very good. The main thing is only eccentricity. The most important thing is you should not make any mistake in eccentricity. If eccentricity is correct, all the answer you can easily find. Let's do one more question from this. Okay, some basic questions. Let's see. Okay, the question is, find the eccentricity of the hyperbola whose latest rectum is half of its transverse axis. Okay, find the eccentricity of the hyperbola whose latest rectum is half of its transverse axis. Okay, find this. the length of conjugate axis, length of transverse axis will be same, 2b and 2a, as we have seen in ellipse. And a length of major axis, length of minor axis. Similarly, will be for this one, length of transverse axis and length of conjugate axis. Okay. Tell me what is the value of eccentricity. Root 3 by root 2. Yes, very good. Root 3 by root 2. Correct. Okay, so as you have got, so let's solve this one. So what they are saying, eccentricity of the hyperbola whose latest rectum. So latest rectum will be 2b square by a. This is the latest rectum. Should be equals to half of its transverse axis. Half of transverse axis is 2a. So transverse axis is 2a. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So this will become 2b square is equals to a square. So you have 2 is equals to a square by b square. Okay, this is a relation between a square by b square. Also, eccentricity will be related to a square. B square is equals to a square into e square minus 1. So b square by a square is b square by a square is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 plus 1 is equals to e square. So e square is equals to 3 by 2. So e will be root of 3 by 2. Again, greater than. Understood everyone? Fine. Very good. Most of you got the answer correct. Okay. Let's see. Next question. Next question is prove that a by 2 t plus 1 by t comma b by 2 t minus 1 by t lies on a hyperbola. Okay, you have to prove that these 2 points, this is a point given by a parameter t where t is not equal to 0. Where t is not equal to 0. These 2 are the points on a hyperbola. And you have to prove that these 2 are the points on hyperbola. Okay, solve. So what we have to do, we have to eliminate t because here t is the variable. X and y are given in terms of t. So we have to eliminate t. So let's see how you can eliminate t. Okay, so let's solve this one. So what they are asking is that you have to prove that this is an equation or this is a point. These points will always lie on a hyperbola. So we just have to show that these points will be a point. These points will give you a locus which will give you only hyperbola. Okay. So what we can do, we can take x is equals to a by 2 into t plus 1 by t, and we can take y is equals to b by 2 into t minus 1 by e. Okay, this is x and this is y. This is x and this is y. So what we will do, we have to eliminate this t. So if I'll write this only in terms of t, so this will become 2x by a is equals to t plus 1 by t, and this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2x by a is equals to 1 by t. And this is 2y by b is equals to t minus 1 by t, right? Now how to get same thing? So what we will do, we will square both sides. We will square both sides. So this will become 4x square by a square is equals to t square plus 1 by t square plus 2, and this is 2y square by b, sorry 4y square by b square is equals to t square plus 1 by t square minus 2. How do I know that I have to square? Because this t plus 1 by t and t minus 1 by t, the next form is if we'll square, you will get same thing, and these two constant will get this will be constant. Okay, so if I'll just simply subtract both of them, if I simply subtract both the equations, so you'll have 4x square by a square minus 4y square by b square is equals to, this will get subtracted with this, so this will become 2 plus 2. So this will become 4. This is nothing but 4. So 4 gets cancelled. So this will be nothing but x square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to 1, which we know is an equation of the hyperbola. Okay, let's check this one, then we'll move on to the next. Okay, fine. Let's move on. Let's try the next question. Let's solve the next one. Okay, so the question given is, find the equation of hyperbola. We have to find the equation of the hyperbola. The condition given is whose foci are 6, 4 and minus 4, 4. So these are the two foci, 6, 4 and minus 4, 4, and the eccentricity is 2. Okay, the foci are these and the eccentricity is 2. Okay, now remember, this hyperbola is not centered at origin, so just keep this in mind. This hyperbola is not centered at origin. Just keep this in mind. I'll give you 2 minutes. Find the equation. Okay. Anybody got the answer? Should I solve? Uh, 4x, yes, by 25 minus 4, y minus 4 by, very good, Harshita. Yes, correct. That is correct. Okay, so let's solve. One of you have already solved. So what they are saying is, that okay, these are the two foci, right? And we know that these 2 points lie on a straight line which is y is equals to 4. These 2 points lie on a straight line which is y is equals to 4. This is a line y is equals to 4 and 6 comma sorry. This is a minus 4 comma 4 and this is suppose 6 comma 4, right? These two are the foci and center of this foci will be the center. Means midpoint of this foci will be the center. So we suppose this is the midpoint. If this is the midpoint, how can we find the midpoint? So we will take 6 plus minus 4 minus plus 2 by 1. Sorry, plus 2 by 2 1. So and 4, this will be 4. So this will be the center. So that means the hyperbola will be formed around this center like this, right? Hyperbola will be formed around this center like this. Now one thing is that suppose this was 0 comma 0, then the hyperbola will be simply x square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to 1. The hyperbola will be simply this form. This will be the simple equation of the hyperbola if this was a center 0 comma 0. But sadly this is the center. So this hyperbola will simply change to x minus 1 whole square by a square minus y minus 4 whole square by b square is equals to 1. One thing we have got, this will become this and this will become this, right? Okay, fine. Now the thing is we just have to find the value of a square and b square. And we just have to find the value of a square and b square, right? Now this total distance, this distance from here till here, what this distance will be? So this point will be AE comma 0 and this point will be minus AE comma 0. Yes. So this total distance will be nothing but 2 into AE. This total distance will be nothing but 2 into AE. And the total distance is 6 plus 4. So this total distance is 10. So 2AE is equals to 10 and E I have already given 2. So that means 2 into A into 2 is equals to 10. So this means A is equals to 5 by 2. So A is equals to 5 by 2. One thing we got that A is equals to 5 by 2, right? So this A square will become 65 by 4. So this A square will become 25 by 4. A square will become 25 by 4. One thing, we just have to find the value of B square. How can we find the value of B square? The relation between A, B and E. B square is equals to A square into E square minus 1. B square we have to find. A square is 25 by 4. 25 by 4 into E square is 2. So this will be 2 minus. So this will be 2 square 4 minus 1 3. So this will be 3 5 15 3 6 7 75 by 4. So this B square is nothing but 75 by 4. So the equation of the hyperbola is nothing but I'll write here. The equation of the hyperbola is nothing but x minus 1 whole square by 25 by 4 minus y minus 4 whole square by 75 by 4 equals to 1. Okay, just check this. Just copy this one. Understood this one? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Last question for today. Fine. Okay. So let's write the question first. So again, you have to find the equation of the hyperbola with such conditions. So equation of hyperbola with coordinate axis as principal axis given that the distance of one of the vertices from the foci are 9 and 1 units. Are 9 and 1 units. Okay, so you have to find the equation of the hyperbola with coordinate axis as principal axis, given that the distance of one of the vertices from the foci are 9 and 1 unit. 9 and 1 unit. Okay, so it will have two foci, right? So this nearer one is 1 unit, the farther away one is 9 units. Okay. 9 axis, yes, that is correct actually. Very good. Have you solved it now, Harshita, or have you solved this before and you may just remember the answer? Have you solved it now? Okay, very good, then that is very good. Very good. Shweta, Jambu, Oliver, Rahul, Tarani, what happened? Solve it fast. Dharun, Satya, Samyukta, Yogita, Harshini, Dushyant. All these people, you guys do not answer. Bhaskar, no answer today. Okay, so let's solve this one. Let's try to solve. So what they are saying is that the principal axis is coordinate axis. So principal axis is coordinate axis. With coordinate axis is principal axis, give the distance of one of the vertices from the foci are 9 and 1 units. So what they are saying is that the hyperbola is of this form. The hyperbola is simply this form. Okay, so x-axis and y-axis are its principal axis. That means it's transverse and conjugate axis. X and y-axis are same, right? Now these are the two vertices. These are the two vertices, right? So no matter which one I take, so this one is focus 1, suppose focus 1, and this one is focus 2, right? So what they are saying is that the distance of one of the vertices from the foci are 9 and 1. So this distance, a closer one is 1 and the farther away one is 9. Okay, so what they are saying that the closer one is 1 and the farther away one is 9, right? So simply we will simply write the equation, will write the simplest form of the hyperbolas, right? So this will be a comma 0. This will be minus a comma 0. This will be ae comma 0, and this will be minus ae comma 0. है ना? Everybody understood? Now what you can form? What equations you can form? You can the equations which you can form is that you know that this total distance is nothing but 10. First thing that you know this total distance is nothing but 10, and this total distance is 10 is equals to 2ae. By this is a, and this total distance is 10. So this total distance become 2a. So 2a is equals to 2a is equals to what? 2a is equals to 10. So this becomes ae is equals to 5. So this is the first condition, first relation which we got, right? Second relation what we can get is that, see, this total we can take that this form is a, suppose this form is a, right? So what we can take that this total distance is a plus 1. This from here till here, it is the total distance is a plus 1, and a plus 1 is equals to what? A, or in other words we can say that a is nothing but a minus 1, right? Similarly here what we have got is this total distance is 9. This total distance is 9, right? So this total here till here, the distance will be so this total distance will be nothing but 9 minus a. This total distance is nothing but 9 minus a. By 9, this total is 9 minus this a. So this total distance is nothing but 9 minus a, and this should be equals to this distance should be equals to again a. Everybody understood? So one is understood. Also, so just check this one, these equations first. The answer which you will get will be x square by 16 minus y square by 9 equals to 1. X square by 16 minus y square by 9 is equals to 1. Yes, very good, very good. Okay, so just check this question once again, try this question at home, and in the next class we'll start solving from here only. Okay, we'll start solving from this. The answer I've already given. Okay, so in the next class we'll start solving from this one. Okay, the answer is x square by 16 minus y square by 9. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you for today. Just keep on revising. This week we'll finish the coordinate geometry. Okay, and we'll do miscellaneous topic at the end of the week. Okay, thank you very much.